Yeah, that's what you want to do in such a game. You know, naturally there's going to be those nerves and butterflies. You want to get a few contacts on the ball, keep it nice and simple, and work your way into the game.
Here's Rami. So we see it forward. It's close here. Rush. Recently was playing about 7 minutes of World Cup football, and before 2026, his last appearance for Egypt was in 2019, so a 6-year absence, 7-year in fact absence from international football, so big occasion for him.
So that really isn't. To be on the ball stage is nothing better for a player.
Here is once more. He's feeling the way. And the back against the big rim. Flight changes. Sinfati, who plays a centre-back, just dropping in his whole midfield before today, so they've just got that defensive steal in the middle of the park. And there's the full-back shot around, and not very close to there. Fourth consecutive time in the FIFA World Cup match for Australia.
There was a heavy ball behind him, one walked in and see a short just drifting to the right side, a little bit more central.
Others. Here's Atia. Fati. And he used the right back. And then he strengthened position with Harry Suter perfect in that exchange. And here's the last position of the Australians in the United States have made the trip to Dallas to recover the airport on both the east and west coast of America. Great to see. Robbie. Yes.
They're trying to double over the shore and Hayden pushing forward down that right side. Causing a point of H, she's taking one.
Chicago, Harrington, consecutive starts for Lewis Harrington. He's in the Italy, Australia's youngest ever starter for the Socceroos at a FIFA World Cup.
Another opportunity now for the Socceroos.
which his distribution throughout the World Cup. What was that say to that opening match against Turkey? Solid performance against Paraguay. He was under most strict against the United States. That's for sure. In Seattle, it was a hectic first half for him.
Yeah, the Popovic just coming in, they didn't take it out. He was busy that night and that really kept us in the game. But you know, to think so early in his international career to be on such a stage, he's so himself in a fantastic manner.
This, and players, I've seen the Europe, the Rams in France and football in Belgium. You can see Haney was stretching the pitch early on, the fill on from Haney.
There's that right side again, Haney going high, trying to double up on his page. Harrington needs to slide across. Then he getting a short there, looking to make blindside runs, so it's important. The back five, slide.
Mamush finds his way to a shoe. You can see he's rotating with the Marcelo in that space. Haney thought about delivery across. Solo on the ball. He's been a little bit conspicuous by his absence early on, but he's that type of player that can produce a moment of absolute genius. You can see the club all country. An amazing record with Egypt, let alone the impact he's had on Liverpool.
As well aware of Salah straight, but again the Socceroos defensively, as we've seen in the previous three games, connected, closing space essentially.
Party opens up the pitch once more for Haney. Sure, that's a clever ball. Jackson on Williams, 86th tonight. Control with the window pressure there from Roy Boss. Chicani. You can see Lucas Herrington's the one dropping. Chicani pushing up. Roy Boss trying to too far.
We're down on that pitch earlier, and it is nice and quick. There's more on it. You saw it there on his first touch, just skip across, skip away from him. That's nice and quick.
The boys are going to have to adjust to that. Alfonso. And you know his footballing skills. Great to have a player of his technical prowess in the Australian lineup for this World Cup. Good work by Tony Popovic. He's shown a couple of nervous moments in this stage for the first time.
Well, that's twice now with his feet there, and just spoke about that pitch being nice and quick. I dare say that the Socceroos will pick on that, and anything now going back to him, we'll look to keep applying that pressure. It looks a bit nervy.
He really does control the tempo in midfield. Works here for Hafez. And it's space to explore the follow-on push. We know how the members here from Manchester City, their injury break season though. And now it slows up, it's got to get bodies behind the ball. They retain the shape. And now this is
Jackson Malone, just a little bit like we had before we see him, just a little bit like didn't see him again. Looking for one, his dribble fell in the dangerous area.
Zico winning his international debut in March or May, in fact. Scored, of course, against New Zealand, and this is a dangerous situation here also. There's so many variations in this
space. Referee there at the back post is disappointed.
Unlike Australia at this World Cup, they've been very tight with it. We've got the card for one moment against the players of this quality.
That's the level is you're in the World Cup, you're wearing the 32. It takes one moment and you'll be pushed.
World Cup for that man. And then with that moment of show. Time for Australia to respond. Long throw from Chicago. Put on by Harry Sousa.
It's just falling there, you know, on his left foot. What decision to take on early. You see here, Metcalf with the other shot. Drops over on his left foot and he just snatches at it. It goes wide. I'd like to see that sort of part of Troy Boss's left foot.
His eyes must have lit up there. He's yet to score in his 35 internationals and 30 today for Australia. And then how effective he's been in the middle of the park with defensive efforts and pressure on the ball. He's been Australia's leader in that respect. But now we'll find out a little bit about what this class of 2026 is made of. Played early in the direction of Alpato. Harrington. O'Neill. 2-1. That's a clever ball out of one. He sits Alpato's face. Mr. Alpato. Sure. Had a little bit too much of it. And O'Neill takes over. Metcalf in the top area. That's there for Zico. And now, they can have this ball.
And then it is me. Marmush drifted wide into space. Coming in on his right foot. Harris stood up. The brick wall at the back, even covered. And a fantastic block with it. Look, will always be settling in at the back post.
And that's exactly what we need to protect possession a lot better. In the middle of the park, central in the direction of Irankunda. It was most effective in the first match against Turkey. There's Irankunda as a right left attacking player.
Yeah, against Paraguay, putting in a great shape, but he's definitely not a natural nine. Tom's a little bit tougher. But he's back to goal. And Nestory likes to be able to move into space.
Absolutely defended well for the first quarter of an hour, just a couple of minutes. Maybe with the exception of this man who's showing a couple of signs of fatigue, Mustafa Jabir. And they have switched their central defensive partnerships. And Fatua is injured, which means Hafez gets a start left back. He's pretty good early.
Yeah, these early signs in similar areas where they're trying to, like I say, overload those wide areas and exploit it.
And there's a little luxury shout from Harry Sousa, composed from Harrington. Let's go from Australia. And the central back three will be a real feature of this World Cup. Keep the fight, I'm sure that's the message. Get into the players.
There's plenty of time. This is a good start to get on the ball. It's been a decent action for the Socceroos. What says a little bit more aggressive touch on the press.
You can see hands up from Lewis Harrington. Not too many passing options there now. Unless you got the pocket of space. Here's Metcalf trying to dribble his way out of trouble. Gigatti. Tight space is put over the top by Irvine. Ross. fact, he's been more prominent than some of been quiet. And we know he's probably protecting a hamstring. There is a problem, but not enough to hit on the bench today.
We're seeing here again now, opening up to the opposite side, and Shaw's the one who drifts out into that wide area. Salah a little bit more central for Egypt. But he's been quiet so far, Salah. This is where you just like to see, I'm going to really be a little bit more aggressive on the press. Egypt being able to just slowly move the ball, control the tempo of the game. You see here, I think what's a good call is just drifted in between Harry and Irankunda there. Harry sort of lost him. By the time he's run, thankfully for the Socceroos, offside. But there was a lot of space left there in behind. About three.
Through the middle, and that's really a fair challenge, and that was sharp work by President Popovic. Page allowed to strike forward. I think he's going to be doing a lot more work in his own half than the attacking third in this match. Suter, Popovic, taking first touch and then the last touch. There's a page, needs to look to the ring. And there's a sea of red there.
Nestory alone in the box. And we couldn't get that final ball, but again now we've spoken about the height. We have the height of this Egyptian side, but we need the delivery.
He will kiss the ball from President Popovic. He wants a picture of delivery. There's a spot for the ball, of course, with Socceroos. And this is getting played back to the back post. Harrison has some control here, another disappointing outcome.
Yeah, it is. That's another disappointing outcome. I was talking about it with Chikabi, Suter, and Irankunda.
And there is a showing of the ball to the other goes to the Mackers.
This is long and these games.
And man, what goodness, this must be serious.
I'm bringing together men who can take you out of luck.
I understand you gentlemen are very good at killing people. This season he never missed the roster to be a few tweaks. Hassan will be very pleased with what's transpired. 5 changes, he's rotated his lineup. He's had some injury concerns. No front two machine is suspended for this match. Halloween as well. And that man, Mark Ashura, 32 international matches, 2 goals, both in welcome play. That is quite some record.
Well, he's been a difference so far. He's been a threat, drifting out to that right side. With Haney creating an overload on Page. And he's the man to pop up the back post and give Egypt the lead.
Fans, young and old, there is magnificent amphitheatre of sport under the roof. It's very hot in Texas this time of the year. In the city of Arlington, in Dallas. It's all air conditioned, very comfortable. But the comfort level's not reciprocated by Australia. It is likely under pressure from the opening whistle. Let's see how they respond after this break.
Yeah, but just there we saw and spoke about it before the aggression break. Can we get that press a little bit more aggressive? And we saw that there from Nestory. The Socceroos pressing high, winning the ball back earlier.
All smiles at the first press conference. Hassan mentioned repeatedly how he felt Marcelo was not quite right and he would be on the bench. And I looked at you at the time, Luke, and I thought, well, I think there might be a little bit of a double meaning in this.
He's not the first man ever at this level to be throwing curveballs, especially here in the US. So a little curveball clearly, I think, but you know, you get that at this level.
And just the presence of him in the starting order was seen as who scored against the runs out of room. He was Australia's 11th individual scorer in World Cup football. And it's a Nestory Irankunda, and what was a marvellous night in Vancouver. They've not scored since though. And then you're required to get back into a match against Egypt. They've met 3 times if you include the Olympic Games of 2020, the first in 87, the President's Cup. Australia won 4-3 on penalties after a scoreless draw. Some great Socceroos of the year involved: Evolver, Charlie Yankos, Graham Jennings, Peter Rostopoulos, Harry McDowell, Alan Hunter, Frank Farina, Paul Wade, Graham Arnold, Oscar Crino, and Andrew Z. Frank Arrow was the coach on that occasion.
Just a fantastic switch there from Haney to Hades. Socceroos trying to close him in on the right side. And a superb ball from Haney to Hades to open the pitch up.
That's it. Ibrahim. Great combination. No Solo involved in that rotating superbly. So the early computer is working pretty well in this match. Isn't it the volume of possession he probably normally enjoys? Looks a little bit like Lionel Messi just walking through a match at the moment. And we know when you look at Lionel Messi and what this stadium has produced, he scored 3 of his 6 goals in this World Cup at this stadium, including breaking Miroslav Klose's record of most World Cups goals scored.
He's the Messi for Egypt, isn't he? And you know at any time, although he's been quiet thus far, at any moment, he can spring to life and change the game.
O'Neill, Page up the line. Irankunda on that steel ball on his face, and just a poor touch. And I saw Senior Bill Jackson on the pitch before the match. There's Isaac Antic.
There's Isaac and Isaac, he's there in attendance, obviously, supporting the Socceroos.
Behind, I'm sure we're going to have room there. And Isaac in the stadium. Chamber of Football Australia. See his second goal this FIFA World Cup. In fact, there is a great man, very casual on the pitch before match. I thought you were going to ask him for a selfie on stage, Luke.
I went down there and I didn't notice him. I don't get starstruck too often, but I have to say I'm a huge fan. The Socceroos are come from the press, and then you see the pace of their Nestory to get across the front. They all come from the press. They do a sloppy pass, by each on the front foot. And Nestory with his pace and power to be able to lead in front and do a foul in the defensive area, or give it again across the post. Can we get it right there? I'm not too sure if that's an injury or he's just trying to avoid a yellow card that potentially could be coming his way. They didn't look good enough for me. Yeah.
An excellent kick at right fullback. Or Egypt to do it. Slide the back there from behind the side. He's looking at his knee, but the connection was a little bit lower down on the leg.
Well, we're going to have to go off now, which gives an direct advantage to the Socceroos.
And stay up for at least 60 seconds until the next stopping plays that will just give you a moment for the Socceroos to win. And that's exactly what players are encouraged to stay on their feet. Still being used to the water. Referee Socceroos produce here. Irankunda swings it left for in. And the quick skip third. And score is 30 international goal against USA. And the referees pick something out. And that's the foul. To Irvine. Red shirts on the ground.
Just show a little bit of pain there on the ejection, but so like the fan of those boxes, if we can get the right delivery, staying on second balls.
Just got to keep on working, keeping the defensive shape and then looking for opportunities on the right. We're seeing how dangerous Mr. Irankunda is when he's sticking that pocket of space. Here's the release. Where does it finish? There's back to Irankunda. Reset through Sutar. Chants. Move on lots of early. Probably wants to go further afield, I think. Egypt spreading the pitch early on, really asking a lot of Australia. Now they go through the middle. O'Neill, Page. Taking a look through this way. Page takes on Hay. And then there's back post and we'll stay in for Julian Moss. Probably have Australia's best chance against Paraguay. And an outstanding natural drop of shoulder by for Pato. Comes for Payne Boss. Zero shows the ball over.
Let's go, look at that little bit more aggressive and stuff about even when he wants the ball, we're actually playing a little, can we win the ball? Wow. Can we move the ball a little bit quicker? But obviously.
He was stopped by Alessandro Martinez. Another Martinez stopped Australia's progression later on with Cameron Cole having had a chance against Eddie Martinez, but it didn't work out. The Socceroos have pushed Argentina all the way, as did your class of 2016 to Italy and Germany in Kaiserslautern. And that's history. Australia in the present. There's signs that they're getting into this match now.
Yeah, well, that's what we'd love to see again, right? Every chance you get through this, you get Argentina in the next round. Obviously, they've got to face Cape Verde today. But what an opportunity that'll be again. It's very rough from Nestory and behind. You see, they're very, very heavy. It's been the same on set pieces. That's something. If on half time, Popovic and the coaches start to say, hey, be clever when you're around the box when they're like that, because there's been a lot going on.
Sure. Irvine trying to close it down. And I'm sure with the outside of the foot. For Pato looking. Really, just a pirouette. A lovely piece of skill there from Christian Pato.
And that's a good feeling we've seen. He's got good tiny feet. And you just feel now the Socceroos just starting on top of the Egyptians. And they didn't move from the Egyptians.
How short. Irvine into the channel. For Pato. Irvine chance to get this shot across for a spin. And there's something in the behind. And this time it's a point of straight.
Well, again, who was it now with Pato and Jordan Box leading up? Last year's tackle, but yet again, another set piece from the other side. So we'll see he's swinging from Pato.
Swinging for the Irankunda is here. With a change the outcome. This is for Pato. Deep. And not that second ball. Not going to get it. Chicani feeling wide. Scoring back is his page. Good defensive awareness.
Tell you what, again, you see him very handsy. We saw very sort of just there, he went down in the box, playing to be dragged down. How many times we've seen it this World Cup? Penalties given for that.
There's been a bit of controversy with the VAR in the last few days.
Like I said, we've got Tony Popovic up here after the question of the fourth official to keep an eye on that for the players to be clear about that.
Finally, goes direct. And too direct in the asking too much. There's his page who's momentarily switched face with Johnny Boss. Keep an eye on that, Luke.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if that was a deliberate action or just as it comes from the set piece.
See that high press from Irankunda.
This has been the outlet for the Egyptians.
And maybe he went down with that knock and received attention off the pitch. He's back on as we get towards half time. And I'm not sure on the 13th minute. This goal separates the two sides in this round of 32. Egypt searching for their first knockout win of the World Cup. In the same category as Australia. In fact, they came out with the first World Cup win in the group stage against New Zealand. That's it. will be the in-swinger of Mohamed Salah or the right foot boot of Mohamed Ashura. So trying to keep their line disciplined. Referee wants Nestory Irankunda back to the free kick. It is Salah with square. Artia. This time Norwegians. And strong work by Tony Popovic. And all right. And really athleticism work that work like that.
Yeah, look, again, the set piece, short, trying to be Egypt. At that time, we were well aware of the plays at the back post, defending the box well. We touched on that getting that set piece again, you know, I mean, we touched on this as an experience Egyptian side. That was the experience for sure. To milk a free kick, to play act a little bit sometimes, you know, and you know, we talk about the youthfulness of this Socceroos side as well, that maybe can be a little bit clever at times.
Well, we fair to say, Luke, you share my view, there's been a little bit of disparity between, you know, referees letting play go and being open in that respect, and nights that just pick up those type of fouls.
Yeah, definitely, and like I say, the referee's never an easy job, but you hope that they can be consistent is the key.
Kick forward in the half of Nestory Irankunda. He runs out of room and we're coming forward. Looks like everyone was absolutely nothing in that.
Unfortunately, this is definitely not going to be the first one or the last time we're going to see these sort of antics and still on getting down to almost, and as this game goes on, should stay on. I'm sorry.
Just watched it to right heel. He gets it in him. Quickly get on his feet. This is exactly where game management and the maturity of these young Socceroos team needs to be applied in this kind of environment.
Well, I don't know about the Popovic wanting to get in at half time, be able to get his point across.
Possession for Egypt, but 41 for Australia. 9 in dispute. Australia with 5 attempts on goal to 3 corners. So they had that set piece threat, just haven't been able to profit from it. You can see the match momentum. Very much early on, it was in Egypt's favour, but Australia had pockets of opportunity in this first half.
Yeah, there's times that we have managed to open them up. It's a little better when we're a little bit more aggressive. We get set in our shape and then wait for that moment, pick our moments to press, and when we do, press high and press aggressive, and they have to turn the ball over.
It's amazing to see myself in about second or third gear at the moment physically. It's certainly not 100% capacity, that's for sure. Still playing his part. Artie. Turns over. Irvine.
Definitely caught him there. But he did take a ball and all, as they say.
And you saw that previous exchange when it was his way to onto the ball. There's just a lack of pace and explosion there from
So he aggressive, the ball, and then it's very nice. Down the inside of the leg, you feel that one, but they don't know he's up. And this one.
5 minutes of additional time, of course, 3 from the hydration break. I was just going to make that point about Mo Salah not being able to close down as his age. So that explosiveness is not there. Doesn't mean he won't be effective in certain scenarios, though.
We definitely haven't seen the best of him yet.
Still from a short.
sorry, Ryan sooner. Irankunda did enough. Yeah, he's still trying to find his range. He's made a fantastic running line, got in behind the Egyptians. Quickly to recover, close the space with Nestory. He's coming in on his left foot and just couldn't get his foot around it.
He knows it's going to be. Something like that, he's saying that's exactly what he's going to do. Come inside. They're going to have Irankunda, of course. He's going to do that for the Socceroos. Boss. Most lucky for Australia. Irankunda strives to get a midfield. O'Neill takes it in the stride. The box nice to get. Window of opportunity. Chants thinks about delivery to the back post. And a thing on there from Ashur. Next to the page. Ball in the big post.
He's been dragged down by headers. Nestory unfortunate not to get a big one on the header. But I'd love to see a replay because Irankunda looks like he was running tackle into the back post.
It was work between defenders. It's just see. He's come off the body onto the arm from here. That was my reading on that replay. As a result, saved him from review.
That's some good signs for the Socceroos at the back end of this half. Causing problems for the Egyptians, getting the line, getting balls and bodies in the box.
O'Neill tries to move the ball for Ross. Chicago runs forward. Irvine. Volpato gets from position. Reads the pass so well, Chris Volpato. O'Neill. Jordy trying to turn his round, and that's so. Defender goes down. And then he won't call in the Australia's favour. Volpato goes down the pinbacks. And that's all the other was in the from Chris Volpato. And Morshaw, right in the first touch, but suddenly injured under enormous pressure. O'Neill. Really hard to expand possession of Australia.
Jordy was still down in the background.
And then we look forward to losing a player of this quality.
We're seeing Havertz, he had 2 shots at Jordy Boss on the sideline before Rugby has come in and collected him.
We're really excited and happy to this showdown forward, that's for sure.
Walking around Jimmy Boss was receiving treatment on the edge of the field there in Dallas. Both nations chasing histories. Egypt has taken the first step in that direction. What response to the Socceroos conjured? Martin Lee and Sarah Ross, Tommy Orr, break down the first 45 for you right after the break.
Socceroos fans, how are you out there, boys? Very opportunity. They got over this side, folks. Don't be like that. Hey, folks, let me know it. The team is working hard to fix the series. The team is on out and doing what they can. Make sure we have fun, folks. Water's at the back. Bathrooms are there. There's food available for you. Who's out there supporting Egypt? Who's out there supporting the Socceroos? Folks, so many opportunities, second half coming up. Stay with it. The team is working hard to fix the screen and whatever you look at the chat out there. Security's on their side. Give it up for security, doing a great job. They're going to do all they can to fix it. So have a good time out there. Stay around, stay proud, keep them behind the Socceroos.
Cristiano Ronaldo went close early, a strike from distance, but oh so nearly got the Socceroos up to a perfect start. But beyond their highlight, it wasn't to be, and Egypt took their first opportunity. So the Aussies trail at the break as Egypt won. Socceroos there, welcome to the halftime show. Nick Owens alongside Martin Lee, Sarah Ross and Tommy Orr. Some worrying signs for Joy Boss right on straight at halftime. We saw at halftime whistle went. This is what happened afterwards. He managed to get to his feet, but Tommy and Millsy, it didn't look good for that left man.
Obviously, we hope for the best of his excellence, of course, the boss was. So when you look at the Aussies bench at the moment, you don't really have anything even close to right to right in terms of the attacking output that you get from Joey Boss. I think all the replacements will be naturally more defensive.
Yeah, I think it's probably going to be Jason Guerrero who comes in if it isn't like for life. I mean, I can't see anything to do. You see how gingerly he looks in the video his age, he might potentially maybe say get forward and on that left-hand side, but absolutely is the big loss for Socceroos.
It is really sad for Tony Boss himself as well. He has done so much in that Socceroos jersey. Has been so crucial when he was forced to shift to the right-hand side because they are already short.
Yeah, I would say I agree with Nestory here that it needs to be going I think there's been too many late challenges. Halfway's only having 2 minutes in this entire World Cup has been fantastic for that fact, but I was completely late with 3 and a couple of those. So, look, you can see the early goal, that's what happens. Teams like this could be able to manage the game, and it's been a tough second half that they've come out and have a bit more present, particularly without goal.
What's the latest on the Australian camp for Icon during such a time?
Firstly, pretty distressing when watching Tony Boss get carried in. What do you make of the incident? Just heartbreaking.
Terrible topic. From what I understand, the referee played advantage. He doesn't come back and look at the play. Yeah, disappointing, but we've got to move on and we'll be better in the second half.
He's obviously just a bit of a scrappy goal from their point of view, but plenty of runs and that.
Yeah, we're disappointed getting away with cheap off the set. This is when we pride ourselves on getting really great getting out. We kept him on the side, but I think for us, it's about keeping the ball. Once we get to 5, 6, 7 passes, we seem to find pockets of space. If we can do that better in the second half, I know that will create more opportunities for us. That's right.
Socceroos assistant coach Paul O'Connor there at half-time. The Socceroos clash with Egypt. As we look at the highlights from verse 45, the Socceroos gave away a 3 in a very dangerous position and are forced to pay for.
Yeah, we saw earlier in that one part, probably at the time in the half, was a brilliant strike with his left foot. He was finding his little pockets of space. This was his best over the half. His decision making did let him down on a couple of occasions, but this on the right-hand side means that when we were getting for that pace, still the boss using his pace was a threat, wasn't it?
Yeah, he is. He's a constant threat, but again, you see there when he does get past very limited numbers in the box, and most in the box. I think that our best opportunities moving forward, I think they've been very vulnerable in terms of them giving the ball up a lot in various areas as well. If we be brave enough to get pressure on the ball, I think we'll just enjoy it.
See, Irankunda such his player on Martin, he's just lack of awareness in the strike, and it's meant to be cold side, first side, but he's just got to do better. But sure, he's scored against Irankunda, was fantastic.
Yeah, I think conceding the second and the set piece is always a hurdle, so I won't be happy with that. We did have a few moments after that. We saw set pieces and we were actually disappointed that these long throws from Socceroos caused a bit of chaos. We know Egypt, they're not comfortable defending these kind of long throws out.
No, they're not. And you see when it does become a little bit chaotic, they do struggle. We've seen that previously from them as well, but we're sort of looking there, I think, to really find something that's repetible in the way that we play. I think you see even the end boss power has been decent. If he gets himself early into the end where he can box this, he's in a fantastic position.
You did mention set pieces there, Tony. Interesting tactic in the first half, and we've seen it throughout the World Cup so far. That floating long ball, not working at the moment.
Well, I think with the size that we got, if you get the delivery right means pace, and you make good timing of your runs in the box, it's almost impossible to defend. So I think that we're allowing the defenders to get the pole position and making it more difficult than it needs to be. So that's been, it's not such a huge weapon for us. I think it's been a very disappointing part of our game this whole tournament, but I think just more broadly, look at the chances that are there. I think Nestory has been too isolated up front. With and without the ball, when we're pressing, it's him pressing alone and just picking us up. And with the ball as well, when we do go on to him, no one's pushing up for the second ball.
Tony Popovic, we've got plenty to think about at half-time, big half-time talk underway. As we speak, we'll take you back to the second half in Dallas right after this break.
I know. More colour accuracy, better contrast, it's like from Madison. It's
The world is changing, and so is AGM. Proudly Australian, we continue to meet the needs of Australian families and businesses for over 185 years. Join the change.
This is everything.
The margin between glory and heartbreak, zero. Every goal. Every rally.
And every try. This is the West Limit Club. Only on Sunscreen.
Did you know salsa was invented when Puerto Ricans took Cuban rhythms to New York? Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was born when the Japanese took judo to Brazil. When North African flying traditions met Spanish dough, Spain made the churro. After Jamaicans took their sound systems to the UK, the World Cup come. And this is what it was when 48 nations meet to play one beautiful game.
It's going to be big. Come on, guys, like you said, buddy. You want to start?
That's cute. I'm gonna be so big. I don't even be able to walk down the street.
The future is already here. Next starts now.
Tell us everything.
What about big drama, movies, and OGs? The new stuff, cool stuff, all spicy stuff. Stuff like, I heard this, and ooh, what's that? This is a streaming service we didn't know we needed. This is SBS On Demand, and it's all free.
Welcome back to Dallas Stadium in Texas, where the Socceroos are about to make a change heading into the second half. They train Egypt 1-0 at the break, doing what's no doubt injured. We're right on the cusp of half-time, at least from those pictures, like Carlton and the player Troy facing up. And a whole heap that's really Popovic should think about at the break. Does that injury cause not just one change, but potentially more?
Yeah, look, I think it does. I think something does need to change, and I don't think it all has it at the moment. Obviously, just the right and like for like at the moment, but it's a tough situation because traditionally we've spoken about Nesta not being able to play 1 minutes, but we need someone like Nesta on the pitch. So that's why I thought at half time we may have seen Nesta move into that left-hand side potentially at the cost of Irvine. I just think this game, Irvine's a fantastic player, but this game, Irvine's around. We'll need someone on the very that pushes back up in there, opening that space for Irankunda and right top. But time will tell, he's going to have to make a move at some point if they can change the scene.
Yeah, I think that's the key, is that you're losing that kind of attacking thrust on the right-hand side in the wing-back role, so you need to make up for that ability somewhere else on the pitch. So I think that if this score stays the same going into the second half, it's only a matter of time before he has to keep things. And I just think as well, it's more about the intent of our team rather than the personnel. I think we need to be more positive, more proactive in our press too, because they have turned the ball over a lot of times in their back third. So I think we need to learn a lesson from that and get in their faces.
At the risk of bringing it back to personnel, we haven't seen Nestory and Irankunda on the field together since match day 1. Is this the time?
Yeah, I think by doing that, you obviously have someone in the box, right? Always going to have that threat. I would love to see Irankunda on the left at some point, and I like that everyone switch out and really start to play a little bit more attacking in the midfield as well. It make a statement to Egypt. They're going to play out this match. I think they will see on the ground and there was going to be lots of games being played. But
He straps you, works hard, and he's a punch.
I was absolutely like that for Egypt's been tested, not only at cup and let's see Irankunda against them.
History on the line in Dallas. There are no second chances from here. Let's take you back to your commentary team, David Bashir and Will Wilson.
Start to the second half. Sure, yeah, of course you come in, but you got to quickly get up to the tempo. You can't let him outside you. Push, normally you were back to pull those away, but thankfully with the Socceroos, he's put it wide. He most certainly had Nestory and Irankunda in his mind's eye.
Not sure what his definition of that is.
But I like from Chicago, anybody across, they're talking about that, being clever in these areas, drawing a foul in these dangerous areas, where we get people in the box, where we're being threatening. We just need that delivery.
He leaves the right foot, making the wheel, gives us where Harry Suter, centering here, but the thing is just a sea of red there. And get a second bite of it. One shot, across the airplane.
Come on.
By Hafez has been terrible. And the referee doesn't come back and book him. And that's the mental World Cup obstacle Australia has to get through to progress. Here's O'Neill. His back stuff well. Knocked down by Harrington.
Fantastic touch composure from the 18-year-old.
Which really controlled the hot ball superbly. Comes out for Sutar. And he finished the half impressively Australia. And now Sutar has to double back and scans the horizon for any pending trouble. Gets himself a little tangle with the Monsala on his hip. You can tell just by that action. Someone's just not trying to close down any space.
No, he definitely hasn't put himself out. He's waiting and trying to pick his moments up to impact the game.
Well, Parto showed his best play in the first half. Into the end of this week, no whistle for Parto, who lost the first challenge. Looking at the back post. And it's his patrons there, not the right man. In that situation, O'Neill carries it forward. There's a ball to the short.
He's given the throwing. He doesn't even tell anything. I think he throws at least a throwing. But they whistle him back the same on the heart. This one had a product.
We know that the opponents will score over here, and hasn't been big matches at international level, certainly in South America. And the Copa Sudamericana and the FA Cup competitions, yes, but I think by far away this is his biggest disappointment. Parto, Rich.
And he's going to have a lot to deal with in the second half because, like I said, there's a lot on the line. This is an experienced Egyptian side who will look to play the game in their way, draw fouls, manipulate it.
Caught. And Wood takes over. And that's exactly what Paul Monsignor said at the break. Maybe not truly, Australia needs to protect the ball a lot better. Very bright.
seen this before, haven't we? Socceroos connected, follows on space essentially, nation in defence.
Half-X, all about delivering the cross. Zico comes short. They brought up through Irankunda, and it's short. And now the one stop to my side. I think the move is in the offering for Tony Popovic very soon. That's it. Hey. Slice or kick. Marcelo's offside. And into the knee post. Which needs to be secure. And it's into the knee post. The referee pays for the Socceroos. In and around that box, looking for the space, clear the ball and enter the cross. There's also Abdul Mahdi, the tallest man in this Egyptian lineup, 193 centimetres, the centre back from Zamalek. And there's some on board his 15th to avoid the yellow card. And he thought about delivering the cross first time. Brings in Mason. Now opens up to Mohamed Haney. So the first couple of matches in Mohamed Zero, so we've got the mo-off at the moment. Sal versus Zero. I'm looking forward to that. Maybe for the answer. Substitutes will play a huge part, as will fitness, as this match edges towards perhaps extra time.
They will, most certainly. You know, the Socceroos obviously have more time, plenty of recovery time between games, and a younger team squad. We know the Egyptian squad has a lot more experience, but Lex can definitely play a part.
Still many cool heads on the pitch, but we've made that point in the build-up. No foul against Irvine. Put forward by Sultan. Harrington, a clean, sure touch. He reads it so superbly. Oh, lovely. Step over there from Zero, threatening. So working hard. Page.
Great action from Metcalf to win that ball up high.
Page, more dangerous area. Looking to throw it. Woodley out, clearly. Didn't seem like they sent it that way.
We're only 10 stories up, but I saw that out.
Harrington. A touch and a delivery. And I'm sure has picked up so much attention from the big clubs in Europe.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Some of the performances from all these Socceroos definitely will put them in the market.
And knows when to play forward and when to be conservative. And that's instinct as a defender. Sure on up the line. Irvine feels wide. Some Pally captain who been playing there. Second tier of German football if he remains with the club. Not sure Conor Metcalf will. I think he's set for a departure. So they're trying to maintain their energy.
Yeah, seeing patience with the ball. There's no need to force things early when it's not on. Going forward, wait for the moment. Move the Egyptians around.
Pretty even spread of possession, 43% for Australia, 47% for Egypt, and 10% in dispute. Australia have more chances in the match, so they deserve this moment to try to force their way into the round of 16. Sure hasn't got the pace to get past the pairs who've got the pressure. Involvement there by Husich.
But they made it so well. Good at 1-2 with Truman. 1-2 seconds after.
Truman, going forward. Husich opens up nice and just really a good first touch. Here's O'Neill. Metcalf. Australia probing, trying to find out, can't see him with that opening. O'Neill, angled ball to Rustic. And sure, deep in his own half to O'Neill. In the first match against Belfast as a late substitute.
Shows the intensity, the mental pressure.
And remember, their first choice left back, Ahmed Fatua, is injured. So they don't have a natural replacement. Two per position. And it looks like Karen Hafez, the 30-year-old from the Pyramids Club, is maybe over. Interesting, Aiden Rustic. He plays in the Eredivisie with the Raptors, but he's without a club.
He's, like I said, he's very similar to Alfaro. Can open up the defence. He did that there for a moment. But now to the time, who's going to be the one to put that name etched into history? Step up and create the moment magic that we need to win a game.
Well, they draw the experience of Michael Trezeguet from Alapti. 74 goals in 19 international matches, so it's already up to 100 caps for his country. Scored a third goal against New Zealand. It's only World Cup victory in the history. And nearly 100 years of World Cup play.
Question is, how many of those caps has he made at Backlash?
That is a very good question. I'm suggesting not too many.
Well, we're about to see his defensive call in his last 10 to 15 minutes. He's just coming to his own, and you can see the confidence and belief. But again, just getting your body in the way, drawing the foul. And we ask the question again: will this ball into the box?
Well, he really sits the straight field and got the physicality, the fitness, the vibrancy of it into that translate. And Hassan getting a little pop through the hole, although he has got one. The fourth official, it's a hold up goals. O'Neill holds the ball and looking for Sousa. Wins the header, but looks up. Hold back here. Initially the common cuff, but if one just couldn't react quickly enough. Sorry! And that's how he comes up on the Egyptian field. It was a field ball to contest, and that's exactly what the Socceroos is arguing.
There's no doubt with the field ball to contest, there's no doubt there is some contact, fair, heavy contact, which will be confident. But again, the ball takes a lot, scores and comes to right, winning the ball, suits up, with nothing but eyes for the ball. Have a little bit of contact there.
Well, the runs on rise, he never likes it. Fantastic work. The instinct for that was really falls out for play. The rugby's made of some stern stuff. Maybe some of his teammates should take his cue with the win in the way they recover from loss.
You're always going to come off second best if you've got Harry Sousa bearing in on you like that.
Great touch by Mosai. He's not played with intensity. Mark, even though he's not at 100%. Here's Trezeguet. Three threats for him. The cutback is good for a sure. Australia handle a strong defensive line. And got themselves a rules and good to get to. And that's up to the technical Austria. And what comes to the Socceroos?
Well, we've shown us all that early in the second half of the some fantastic defending here with Trezeguet, getting his body across him, keeping his body between him and the ball. Needed to be good defending. We're seeing Trezeguet come on. Maybe not a defender, but he's going to give
because the Egyptians providing great cover.
Uncharacteristic error there from Aiden O'Neill, turn the ball over. But he's big on atmosphere in here, perhaps you look around and you feel it. The place is trembling. Can it be someone to find a winner to set his place alight?
They don't do low key very well in Texas, do they?
Everything's bigger and better, I'd say. From what I'm seeing these last couple of days, I can't disagree.
A big state for big personalities, that's for sure. He's Tricia. So much experience with him. Very wary they are. They're straight on the counter attack. That's why they want to keep the ball in key areas, Egypt.
I don't see any passages where Egypt can have the ball. They're shifting it from right to left, right to open up the Socceroos. The Socceroos disciplined. And so far Egypt being unable to pierce through that defence.
Sure. Tries to play a little quicker. Awesome. A sharp turn of foot. Gives it out number. Breaks the run here. I'm sure that's a one. Socceroos desperate to get no two-way on the ball in the threatening area. The bounces back. Also good threatening. And that's a long time run. Very time here. That's it. Obviously the way here. For some teasing. He's all left foot to the back pass.
He's had to stay in the game mentally when he scored upon. He's coming out there with a finish. We'd like to see an early call and a good strong hand because it was a dangerous ball.
This one's looking threatening. Good shoulder. The ball's once more. Turns out it's a dangerous area. And it's slipped away by Vucic. Well done. He's been very effective lay in the middle of the park for the Socceroos. Nestory trying to apply some high pressure on Egypt playing out. Here's Rabia.
At this stage of the game, you don't see the team going to go all out to try and win it. No, they're coming an extra 30 minutes waiting very, very shortly.
I think Australia may be feeling a little bit more comfortable about the prospects of extra time.
I dare say as well, we've spoken a lot about the fact that they feel like they're the fittest team here at the tournament. From all the hard work that they've put in preparing for this.
Here. Trezeguet. About to hit the line. And over the top, Trezeguet makes a great run. Time to hit the line for a corner. It is 5 minutes of additional. That's 2 minutes for 3 of operation break.
to win by out here. Well, he's doing great. With the threat still there, I think we looking to get to the end of this 95 minutes and regroup and heading to extra time.
Socceroos team has had to wear some serious pressure in the last 7 or 8 minutes. Generated by this man, Hassan.
Yeah, it's been a big threat since coming along outside, and Trezeguet also on the left.
I think we'll put some into that shot and spark the soldier to life. Here he's on the ball, and he gets connected.
History on the line in Dallas. Extra time is next.
Hey, governor, there's Socceroos fans. How do you Patrick Bridge? Official word is just gone past Bondi, Australia's favourite beach. Head folks from Irankunda being here. If you're tuning in here, you'll be re-spring on the way in. Obviously, extra time coming up. Waters at the back, toilets, coffee available at the back. Hey, let's keep cheering the Socceroos, folks. You're out here in Tumbalong Park. Let's bring the Socceroos home.
We knew comprehensive car insurance. Every opportunity is on yours.
Steve! No. Are you going to witness something truly incredible? Sorry, you're right here. It doesn't matter. What matters is this. I know. More colour accuracy, better contrasts, light from Madison. It's ouch. Getting up to these FIFA World Cup games is a real pain in the back. Hey, game's on soon. I'm on for a challenge. BB3, power of the year. Just get in the...
Stop charging.
Of course, you just do it automatically. Show off.
At home, weather emissions help inspire lots of kids and to get active too. Which is why we're proudly sponsoring kids sports programs all over the country, like Home's New Roots. It's a great way to get kids moving and to support local communities. Coles, proudly supporting New Roots.
Capcom kicking off their $40 billion stock clearance with massive savings on an amazing range of carpet, timber flooring and window coverings. Be quick to score these deals before the final whistle.
You want to see this in order to...
On SBS.
Finish 1
way over the outbox. I think they did have activity, especially in that last 5-minute period. And I think their changes made a big difference. Our changes came on at a time where Egypt was starting to get a little bit of certainty back in the game. So yeah, it will be interesting. I think also to see Egypt really come out with that same intent as they feel should go.
Yeah, that's what I think you say as well, is that standing safe and happy to keep us in and to give us this extra 30 minutes. I felt like we were hanging on for dear life at the end there, but it was this spot where I think we were playing too deep at the end. We need to get, I think our nerves to get further on the pitch, and you know, I think in the front third we have looked at threat and set pieces, these types of things. There's still more than one only to goal, isn't there?
Yeah, I do feel like we did the changes that I just said before in Trezeguet is a fantastic exercise and likely down the right hand side. I mean, Australia said we're really, I think, conscious of not letting this season all these players and attack. And I think if we are going to get this, it's going to be, I think, we might be playing the age and throwing too many numbers forward and terrorism and feel like we're seeking on board.
Even towards the end of the game, they were in confidence in good areas, and sure, getting inside the box, just about that composure in that moment.
And there's yeah, I'm not sure who's come off yet. O'Neill's off, potentially, if you think as well, he's going to actually be very good in the second half. But he will give you a little bit more on the ball right here. It looks like Irankunda is coming on as well. Difficult to see who's coming off, but that should give us a little bit more energy.
A huge 30 minutes of football to come. With the ball to take for Socceroos and Egypt. Let's take you back to your country team.
So we'll just see Oliver Bill and Paul Popovic onto the pitch for extra time for Australia. First experience with Oliver Bill, his first appearance on the FIFA World Cup. Of course, he was part of the squad 4 years ago.
I think they're putting so much over the course of this tournament. Popovic looking for the legs, but now giving some. You see the legs wrong, but we're going to foul, which is good.
Yeah, the other player making the way, he's trying to make up and also a power work.
You see the impact of the fresh legs that Egypt had. He's spoken a lot about everyone here in the squad is here to play whenever called upon. Now is the moment.
Early free kick. Australia are on the way the first score against Socceroos in the final match for Australia. One of the Castillo men who plays the second tier of Spanish football. Helped on by Irvine. He wants to give it a go. May come off Australia. Off 30 years of age, he's so experienced on all the bill. He'll give it a right to 3 inches of the second extra time period.
We saw the changing for Egypt. The third fee there was so on the build. The ball went from in the box was superb. But it would like to start paper.
This is where they have to be wary. We've got very deep as we heard from the Tony Popovic, the break. Australia just keep it a little bit higher line.
Yeah, if you get too deep, you see riding pressure. We saw that time and time when you get balls in the box, unable to get out.
So, a little threatening late in the match with Mason's introduction.
We're seeing even Hassan there, drifted to the right. You see here Hassan drifted to the right. We'll see how he on his left foot. Look for that in swinging ball to the back post.
And here he is now. Does that so well. A little step of anticipation from the high side. There's an underdog behind his coaches.
This is just the experience. This is the way we're looking on the move. Off the back of his face. Quickest to react. Forwards on his weak right foot. Then putting for the Socceroos. He snatches over, but it just shows the threat to say he's been cruising through this game, keeping himself, waiting for his moments. And that's the experience of the ball. There's someone like myself.
Yeah, he's been managing his body to this point. Everything here out of the match. We've seen so many Liverpool strips in the eye designated area in anticipation of myself coming to town.
Make it right down.
Exactly. It is a situation that let's hope Australia play with some freedom and ambition in this extra time period. For sure. Right. Should be defended by Harrington. Make sure that the touch was outstretched to hard on their control. They're going to be hard to lead the back of us. And we've got about Matthew Grish. A couple of efforts. He hasn't had the volume of saves he made in the first match against Turkey, but that's the last effort to get really for extra time was nothing short of sensational.
You can't underestimate, yes, the save, but it's. As a goalkeeper, you have to remain in the game, and it's hard when you're not being busy. He's not being busy, but to stay on for that moment, that crucial moment. And boy, was he on. Up to the task, saving the Socceroos, bringing us into this extra 30 minutes.
Edshot. Local Edshot to Chicani, who wants it. The short option, and the bill provider. Looked like a foul. Some of the way the referee saw it.
I think Moses needs to get his body between the defender and secure that ball up and just a little flicker. Take the ball, lead the play.
Yes, sir. That's it. Always leading tidy in the midfield. So we're all over the defenders area. Walking reached there by Mobile. That's clever. Well, fine, sorts the street out. Gets it forward to the right. He's strength and he really hold up. Yeah, he's paid. We saw it advantage for the Blues Australia. They picked up that foul on Irvine.
Yeah, there's something left in here, just a little bit late left on Irvine. Clearly a foul. Not to get us out. It's been a tough start to this first period of extra time.
So the fresh legs of Aiden Grosich and Paul O'Connell, as well as Alan Mobile and Mohamed Surah. Can they have an impact in this extra time period? 2 halves of 15 minutes. Henshaw.
Super ball from Nestory there. Very sort of with a reverse ball, running to Grosich. Let's go to the Socceroos.
Martial looking to pick out a pass and giving this man a little bit too much space and freedom. There's the ball once more. Seems as if made to get into a great area, but just they're putting it across.
Just showing the three there again. Great ball from Tiana. Isolating my son. We know he's a three, always let put. We're trying to get cover on the inside there, which we did. But he's shown that his acceleration on the outside of his age. We know an experienced defender. Yeah, some of that young and sharp, but sometimes it's hard to see him do that, so it's definitely a threat.
That's a great intervention by Chukari. Real strong, trying to play in as far as South Australia 1-2-8. Of course, over that time with Adelaide United in the A-League. I'm sure the live side, the more of guys playing at the moment. Treasurer. Right. Hayden. Hassan. Those ball scores have been excellent since he came on in the second half. Cross the ball needed, but numbers from Australia.
That was the experience at his age there. Every time that ball gets at that time, he's not got one thing he's more or less to go. And as he's now, he's just dropped him up a little bit further, giving him a little extra yard. He saw his feet up, so he dropped up an extra yard. But can you ask the question? He ran for 70 knuckles. Can't get too close to him.
That's enough on that challenge, and it's over the top.
Yeah, I think he was also, I think he scored that ball that's bounced out there from the linesman, but truly well. Like, he took a couple of challenges, but just haven't had that spell with the ball. Can't get a hold of it.
So we'll make 5 substitutions, we'll get an extra one for extra time if needed by Tony Popovic.
Looking across the board, you know, obviously as he's one of the more experienced players who's been asked all the questions out there on the left.
Sure. And that's already in the single target. And contrast with the coach of Egypt that just made the 3 changes.
You see a little bit of frustration there from Egypt. Sure, shooting from distance. That beach with the lines to see him taking that on. It obviously shows that Egypt have got some more fresh legs to come on. But again, like I said, these 5 changes that we've made, you need to try and feel your weight in the game, especially with the ball, get up to the tempo. So hopefully they're going to grow now into this extra time.
Fingernails being written by both sets of fans. Match in the balance at 1-1.
The biggest thing is just mentality. I'm going to be the one to make a difference. I'm going to win this game. You've seen that from Hassan and Trezeguet coming for Egypt and want to try and win this game from me. We've got to announce that Someone who's going to go, give me the ball. Give me the ball, I'm going to be the one.
See, the match was so assured in possession. Japan was so one ball from there from Irankunda.
Yeah, he just didn't see the second movement from Irankunda. Again, just shows this second half, first half of extra time, we haven't been able to keep a hold of that ball for long enough, and again, back into our defensive shape.
Making management choices.
Certainly, but the experience of the Egyptians is shown that back into obviously normal time and this first half of extra time.
Australia trying to profit from any drop from $20. And you see the frustration there. Chants. Flying his arms in the air is held back by the time.
Yeah, so many times looked out for the yellow card. Probably one of the few times that as he's just been able to get on the other side of the time. An opportunity for us again to deliver this ball into the box and bring the likes of Harry, Brampton and Chicago forward. What we've been afraid has been able to get so many balls into the box.
The silk of Irankunda. Set piece. Good angle and distance to get one of the top players for Australia. Doesn't get the shot right though.
You can just see there, Harry's made a run towards the middle of the back post. Was there already down in Chicago, coming around the back, but unfortunately couldn't quite get there.
And there is the first period of extra time has elapsed. Egypt current the most threat in that first 15-minute period, but it remains 1-1 in this round of 32 matches Dallas.
It was tight, it was cagey in Dallas. Neither side had any clear-cut opportunities in that first period of extra time. Martin Lee's going to watch Tommy. What are you looking to change, Tommy? Are you trying to win before pens?
No, I think that's not what we're doing. I think that we're just trying to have a spell on the ball, kind of release some pressure for our back five. Open was brought in to do that. I think his technical ability, and he has shown the ball in a couple of moments that you can see when we attack, we're not really attacking the numbers, are we?
Yeah, very well, has offensive energy, especially with those first few minutes when he came on, and definitely that's going to be important. I think we still need to start this second half of extra time positively. We don't want to set the tone, and it's hard, it's very difficult to do that. We don't want to set the tone to help the national.
And we've got Abdel Karim coming in from Mamush. It's, we'll another season break. How do we go about that?
I don't think we're going to change much. I think he obviously got players like Milos Session on the bench, where we've got a bit of experience in kind of the shootout, so we'll see if that comes into play. But I think Pop will be pretty comfortable with how he's playing.
We really like the time as well, he's doing up and over there's two playing some reasons to make changes. We need to make sure that now it's going to back down, but also anything else specified.
Tony Popovic with some big words all right up for these Socceroos heading into the second period of extra time. They're chasing history in Dallas. Can they do it right ahead for the penalty shootout? Let's take you back to your commentary team there in Dallas. David Bashir and Luke Wiltshire.
Thanks, Steve. And we can see the youngest player in the Egyptian squad on the pitch, Hamza Abdel Karim, who is on the books of Barcelona. From Greece and our breakaway has been retained by the club, such as the first favour they each show the young man. And he's come off the bench in every match of the group phase.
That's another threat there, coming off for Egypt, obviously on the front corner that first half. Something we have to monitor and deal with. was a good ball here by town for the aggressive press. Obviously spoken about it after the break. We were sitting too deep, we were standing off. A little bit of high press. Again, we turn it over, we get into good areas. Good delivery in the box. Unfortunately, it was just behind Touré. He couldn't get enough on it. I just feel with the legs that will come on with Mo, with Alba and Aiden up there, we can press a little bit higher because they come on with those fresh legs, so how can we use that? Yeah, this kind of defender from Chicago, he had people running away, going down, drawing the foul. Better start to be second up from Socceroos up. Like I said, on that front foot, just a little bit more. Superb run from Rowan to the space there, watching Carly.
We're on trying to knock up the ground for the week. Going all the way through the Patrick Beach. What more purpose of the second 15 of the start anyway for Australia?
A lot more we need. Like I said, we need to see Mo. We need to sort of balls in line.
So he's stretching the legs. And that's unlucky angle. Just a little bit more craft.
I think there he's just got to turn out and kick the ball. There's nobody in the box. He's aware of that. Just kick the ball. Bring out someone else into play.
To seize potential for Australia. We have a rich play, Suter.
Motion's running high now, over on edge.
Sure. The position so well, he's got alertness and awareness.
How many times have we seen this happen and it goes in the other side of the corner? Thankfully, the deflection straight into Popovic's hands.
Skips half-run challenge. Hostage shots return the favour. And the rain from back the other way to Sutherland, Australia. There is the fouls. And the Egyptian captain myself. And the next one is going quickly, and he was not allowed to.
I see that the parents at 18 years of age were there, being clever, like an experienced pro. Just clearly wanted to break down the threat of the transition of the muscle up. You know what the foul,
marking the likes of Marcelo and unfortunately he's already had a go on the Messi of Marco Royce in the MLS and his latest origin. Consistently raising the bar of expectation. Here's Hassan. Again, it's on the shoulder.
Seeing the changing press on that side. A real throw down his right hand side for Egypt.
Lucky. Party. Looking for that passing angle. Sure can. Headed by angle. So to Atia, who tries the central option. Out to Karim. Chikati, who stands the first shot to Rory VAR who share the same view.
That's what the defender for quite short. You see the Socceroos again desperately defending in their box.
Here's one side. Opens up for Ashia.
Yeah, you can feel the tension, you feel the Egyptians going. But that man Irankunda still standing up alone, getting his body away, everything at home.
There's a red light you can see. It's now time for the Socceroos to stand out once more. Delivering in place Sousa. Again. Nice as well. And where's that armband as a badge of honour for Australia? Hassan, good way out though. Maybe enough to play here for engineers.
Still up through there, Jackson Irvine. Look to defend another set piece up.
And the long shot this time to Atia.
Standing firm in front of everything. You see this, it's on its way to the top corner. Whether we can get there or not, but Harry, no risk, gets his head away. 500 ball, been incredible for the Socceroos. True captain's knock.
This is exactly what he did. Qatar, Australia's best player. He's the only control world. And the cool heads of this, in these moments, Australia. Doesn't play forward and makes the right choice too.
Best off from the Socceroos there. Just a little bit of the ball, take the sting out of this game.
Here's a run of Kai Truan. And look at the Brazilian plays there. That was being decided pretty quickly, it wasn't the case. The intervention by Hosic, and as well. Coming together with both sides. Here's a iconic shot. Charles Nestory with the automobile passing around as well.
Just that tension, you feel it, everyone knows, you feel it. There's one goal, it's going to be the winner.
Hassan. Still Hassan.
Absolutely super tackle. Using every bit of that little freedom he has. Hassan again into the box. Got past Hosic. But Irankunda was there to save the day. Again, another set piece to defend.
They go square to the side man, Atia returns the favour. Too much of a chance. And runs up the one side. That pace can't take away in the areas that he's most familiar in.
We've managed it thus far.
Atia. That's including another Karim.
And we'll be all right. That means
it as well. Nervous anticipation from those in red and green gold.
Everyone knows what's at stake. Opportunity to progress to the round of 16. Doesn't happen every day.
Lovely touch.
Socceroos, extra time. Can we come up with a lot of magic? And who can do it?
That's the question. Good distance and hook for Irankunda. Looking at the ratio of the percentages. Absolutely perfect, perhaps.
Well, that's what to put your name up in lights. They need to set up the extra time. And we're at the 32 World Cup.
His first appearance in this World Cup. 10 goals and 38 internationals. Three-man ball. There's the middle. And straight into the center of the opposition defense.
See, another long throw and the ball coming into the box with the big boy still up. And over for Egypt.
Good throw from Chicago. Well done by Sufa. I'm not sure how to pick out there. We've double team Harry Sufa. And straight up.
As Egypt looks to break away quickly. Looks like we're going to see Matty Ryan.
First appearance in this FIFA World Cup. He was about 120. So it was So there, about to come on, the holding midfielder. And the Blues get Australia's last chance to break the deadlock.
Given the fact that they only put 1 minute up, I dare say this will be the last opportunity for a threat, that's for sure.
That's him making way.
Couldn't think of anything more. Anyone more rewarding that's ever silly getting on the end of this and scoring a winner. hit the back post, send it down. And Mo Toure unable to go into the back of the net.
Well, that was just fallen too early by Irankunda to captain. And he said everything in the same boat. Fires for the ball and they'll both come off a little whistle wet.
Yeah, he was in the ball. It's a great delivery. Chicani just couldn't get a split defender and drops in from Toure. Perhaps Harrington behind was in a better position to take that on. But the best opportunity this extra time period.
The Socceroos hanging on for dear life. Harry Suter has been immense, and we are headed for penalties. The last time the Socceroos faced penalties, competed in penalties in major tournaments was the 2019 Asian Cup, a win against Uzbekistan. One moment to play the first minutes of this World Cup.
Absolutely, and it's looking for a tough World Cup so far for Australia's captain. He's I think it shows the character that he does have, the fact that was turned to him to bring him in, and he got on top of that as well. Last time the World Cup, or not the qualifier, wasn't it? We were talking that we should have many was on some goal.
Yeah, I think it's, I think, you know, it's his experience in these moments, and it's all about composure and keeping it alert now in terms of who the penalty takers going to be. We've got some experienced players on the pitch for me to choose the experienced ones, and the ones who want to take it.
So, what should be for him for injured to sort of have a extra round, so he's on the World Cup so far as well. He's been to the goals, so I think that he will take. In 2019, he showed him on the set and took that first penalty. He steps up this time.
We've seen who goes first. I think the preference will be really tough to keep first. And you generally get someone who's confident, who's very well, they start well. I always say being a penalty shootout as a player, being a penalty shootout as a coach as well, and both are awful.
Yeah, it's the team itself in here. And the tension is incredible to experience this. I mean, yeah, we've got talent. It's just about boys doing what they're shot with conviction. I think that's the only thing.
You took a lot of penalties in your time watching, or was it technique?
Often, we are doing something like doing it, doing it, so yeah, it's the thing with the voice. Yeah, and I think we're surprised. Yeah, a little surprised here. I don't think we can see this coming, and that's the problem that comes along.
Well, we didn't see it coming in, but does that mess with the heads of the opposition is very
Exactly, you know what you're preparing for, this is easy to feel prepared for this kind of thing, but all scenarios.
Again, those are the technical players. You have belief in your own shot, hit the corner, hit the line, you score. So, and it's plenty of seeded out. So, we'll see how this plays out. It's all in one now.
He's actually getting that toss to take that first penalty.
It's not a good idea. I think you do want to go first, and then you want to go first. So you want to go first because you're assuming that you're going to go slow and put pressure on your position. If you go first and you miss, then it's a different ball game. So I don't think there's any real massive advantage.
This is a slice of line incredible if you go first, to win the extra penalty shootout, but I think it's a striker or anyone that's taking the penalty, I think that's safe.
The Socceroos side may run with captain's armband back firmly on his arm as he heads toward the goal after this. The penalty shootout in the side on the outside of the occasion. There's a big bay of goals, and one of the goals will be the end there at that. Real moment for the Socceroos. Let's take it back to the opposite team. David Bashir and Luke Bashir for the penalty shootout.
Number one was Very shootout between 1-2 against Israel. Started a couple of sides. Might have been a bit of the first bit of it. And this way, he's very side. Bobby Cruz followed up. And Michael Fiona and Matthew Leckie. South Australia. Through. Of course, we know what happened in 2022 against Peru. There was no Ron Mackey Way and Andrew Redmayne. And that's 7-1 for Australian football history. That's a man that largely helped Levante stay up in La Liga this season. That's the responsibility between the posts for Australia.
He's been the captain, he's been a fantastic servant, all runs around to professional. He's had a fantastic season. The shoes on the foot. Like I said clearly, this is the right time, it's something that I'm prepared for. And can we even take this moment in creation?
And that is absolute heartbreak for a young man that has ridden the wave of emotion of this World Cup and was left to the tallest player on the beach for Egypt, Hassan Abdelmidi. If this goes in, Egypt goes through. The 25-year-old from the ZO1V drop playing his 15th international. And then Ryan trying to apply that psychological pressure. Hassan Abdelmidi. We'll see the Egypt through. And he does. Heartbreak for Australia. Jubilation for those in red. The Socceroos brave run against the Eastern 16th of the World Cup has come to an end.
And you look at your every Socceroo, they're there, they have to learn on the piece, they absolutely learn it. Every single time they take the look, they represent the national world. But the biggest ones, very sort of Irankunda, those who will their parents. For a father being two of the best, you've got the best here in this World Cup, so you've got to keep them. Brings me such a bright future ahead, the bravery to step up in such a moment. You've got to prove it. It is only going to grow and learn. We've said it a million times. Yes, we won now, but the future is bright for this Socceroos team.
And the run continues for Australia. Socceroos still running for that first ever knockout phase win at the FIFA World Cup. Ended to achieve it after the group stage in their first ever win. And there's a painful great spurt score for this young Australian team, that's for sure. And heartbreak that very soon did so much to get to this point. Heartbreak for Arlo O'Neill. This morning his last opportunity at this level. And the tears are flowing for Hassan. And the legend that he did in Egypt. Wasn't happening, we're going to start with the country. So there it is. Egypt go through to the round of 16. Australia are out. It's Egypt on penalties. 4-2.
Heartbreak in Dallas for the Socceroos. And again, it couldn't be decided in regulation time, couldn't find a winner in extra time. It is Egypt with a history-making win in knockout football. Egypt, who progresses to the round of 16. Mark Milligan, Sarah Walsh, Tommy Orr. Absolute heartbreak for the Socceroos. Harry Soutar, who was immense in that game, Millsy, stepped up, brave enough to take the first penalty, didn't burn so.
It's obviously it's devastating. It's never ever a nice way to lose something.
Folks, thanks a lot for coming out to Tumbalong Park. It's a tough way for it to finish. Appreciate all the energy, folks. All of the quarterfinals and finals games are being shown here at Tumbalong Park. We're going to continue to follow the tournament. Keep your heads up, though, folks. Look after each other on the way home. Thanks for bringing the positive energy today, folks. Stay strong, Socceroos.